Welcome back, everyone. We live in a world of convenience. Most people have modern day conveniences right at their fingertips. Have a question? How many times today have you asked Alexa or looked something up on Google? Are you cold? Grab an extra layer or just crank up the heat. Are you hungry? Grab a snack from the fridge, or if you're like most people, a snack usually isn't even a fridge away. It's right next to you. Thirsty? Get a glass of water. The list goes on and on. But behind every convenience, there's a myriad of things that had to occur. Let's take an example. Think of the apple you grabbed for a snack and the cycle of events that had to happen for you to enjoy it. Working backwards, you had to buy that apple at the store. A store clerk had to stack the apples out on the floor. The apples had to be taken off of a truck, and before that, the apples had to be ordered. Even before that, the producer had to sort the apples, and in order to do that, the apples first had to be picked. Keep going backwards, and the apple tree had to be watered and nourished. The flower that produced the apple had to be pollinated. A flower had to grow on the tree before the apple could even be produced. A tree had to grow, seed had to be planted, and the ground had to be tilled and prepped for the seed in order for it to even be planted. So many steps just for one apple. Today, your exercise is to think of something you take for granted and acknowledge the many steps it takes to bring you that convenience. Now, for some people, this sort of introspection is easier than for others. If you're doing the real work here, you should be able to go many layers deep to truly acknowledge all of what it took to bring you the comfort and convenience that you're enjoying. One way you can continue to probe deeper is by using how and why questions. This not only helps you get at the action, but it helps to thoughtfully consider the effort behind the action. For example, we might acknowledge that the apple grower from our example had to sort the apples, but why? Well, if they didn't, we'd likely end up having to pick through lots of rotten apples at the store. But thanks to the grower taking the time to sort them for us, we have many more great apples available to us by the time we actually get to the grocery store. We might acknowledge that the land had to be tilled and prepped in order to plant the seed to grow a tree, but how? Well, if you live anywhere near an orchard, make this a field trip. Go out and learn all of the work that it takes to grow an orchard of trees. And I promise you, you'll not only get some fresh apples out of it, but you'll have a whole new level of gratitude for what it actually takes. And if you don't have an orchard near you, once again, the modern conveniences of Google and social media, I'm sure you can find all sorts of interesting videos on what it takes to grow an apple tree. Your challenge today is to consider a convenience that you enjoy and go deeper in all of the things that happen to make it possible for you to enjoy that. Now, please remember, this isn't a guilt challenge, it's a gratitude challenge. Now, if your mindset trends towards scarcity and guilt, this exercise might initially make you feel bad for the combined efforts that it takes to bring you something that you love. But instead, I want to challenge you to use this exercise to perceive the world as it is. Groups of people doing great things together to take care of each other in so many different ways. After you've done today's challenge, drop a comment below and tell us how many layers deep you were able to go. Did you go 3 layers deep? 5? Anyone spend the real time and go 10 layers deep or more? Tell us about it below. That's it for today. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.